While Armored Core 2 was not my favorite entry, it is the sequel that really pushed the boundaries of the Armored Core series. A giant leap from the PS1 to PS2 era, you can really see the vision of where the franchise would go moving forward. From ultra-futuristic designs to planetary settings, and still retaining what made Armored Core magical to begin with, From Software would simply add to the formula that was working for them by adding more parts, some new features, an engaging story, and of course, some memorable characters, one of those being Leos Klein, who I would argue is just as iconic and memorable as the likes of Nineball and White's Glint. Let me know in the comments, out of the three, who is your favorite? Each represent a different generation in Armored Core's history. But for now, let's see if Leos Klein has what it takes to keep up in Armored Core 6 ranked PvP. I've gone back and looked at all my recreations, and I can't believe I've only done one thing from Armored Core 2. Time to rectify that with Leos Klein's AC. Oh, a Neo statue build of all things. And I faced this player before. I've taken around each time, but the map was in their favor where it was a wide open space. Here I gotta take advantage of cover if I have any hopes of winning against one of the top meta builds. Oh, and if anyone is wondering why I haven't made more Armored Core 2 recreations, I just love Gen 3 and 4 too much. Those have been my priorities. My missiles might be the one thing I have to rely on in this matchup. Oh, fully charged Moonlight just proved me otherwise. This is probably the best map I could have hoped for. Against a meta build like this, I do not survive out in the open for too long. I have to just time my shots correctly and find an opening. See, they just literally float like a gazelle and avoid all of my attacks.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
It might come down to time, so I'm just going to pop the pulse armor. I do not want to risk it. I do not care. I am going to win, one way or another. Oh, earshot to the face is big. Can I... I was hoping I could get them before the timer hit 0. It's not my favorite way to win, but I do not care. There is a reason why Neo Statue is considered the best build in the game. It has everything going for it, and I believe it's banned in certain tournaments because of the Basho core with its janky hitbox currently. That's a great start. Oh, if I landed the earshot, it would have been perfect. Same strategy. Take cover, take my time, find an opening. Wow, they're playing a lot more aggressively this time. Oh, this is why I love the earshot. Favorite weapon in the game next to the Karasawa. That might have just done it. Oh, I hate to do this, but I'm using the pulse armor. Even if it comes down to time, I have too much of a health lead. I cannot waste it. What a snipe with the earshot. Now they have to come to me. What did I say? Oh, the Karasawa too. My aim is on point. I might just win it without the timer having to hit 0. They just popped their pulse armor. I'm running. I gotta wait it out. Oh, I don't think I've had any stressful matches like this in my time in the top 100. What a good game. Well played. Dual LCAs with nothing but fisticuffs. This is final boss material. Believe it or not, the LCAs can do a lot of work on their own, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhat viable to have nothing else equipped. Now the question is, will they use the laser cannons for their charged attacks only, or go in close for some punches? Did you just drop your weapons? No, I couldn't cancel it in time. I feel bad. If that was a challenge to a good old-fashioned brawl, I would have responded in kind. Or did you just give up because I did have it in the bag? It's hard to tell sometimes. I mean, as things are, the only thing keeping me in this damage race anyway is the Karasawa. And I do not want to take a chance dropping my weapons against Angel Wings of Destruction. See, there goes half of my health. I am not going to mess around. Well, you didn't drop them this time, so I'm gonna assume you simply gave up on the first round. Good job on the build. It's a literal bird of prey. White Glint looks more like White Glint Allmind edition. That's a scary thought. Can you imagine if Allmind assimilated White Glint, Anatolia's mercenary to be more specific? We probably couldn't tell because of the lack of dialogue, you know, silent protagonist and all that. But I can see it looking something like this. That missile just blindsided me, and I'm gone. Damn, dual Harris and dual Javelin betas are a pain to deal with at mid-range. Between the lock-on warnings and the delayed explosion from the missiles, it's gonna be tough keeping track of what they fire and when to try to find that key opening where I could play aggressive. I think I got my work cut out for myself here. You see why I love the earshot so much? It's always there in a time of need. And right now I need to get out of here because even with the health lead I saw in the first round, they could easily turn it around. And I am not going to take that chance. Moments like this, I just miss destructible environments. Cool take on White's Glint, albeit an annoying one to face. All the same, good game. Huh, that rhymed. Did I do that earlier? Nice Gundam cosplay. I respect any recreation, regardless of the medium it's from. Oh, funny story. This was a little while back. I ran into someone who recreated New Gundam, but they slapped on meta weapons on it. First, it was dual ducats. This was before the nerf, mind you. Then they switched to a kite loadout. And I was thinking to myself, huh, I don't remember New Gundam sporting these kinds of weapons. That's weird. It's like if someone decided to recreate Gundam Heavy Arms and just put on dual Zimmermans. It kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? I know I said this at the start of the match, but nice Gundam recreation. You did stay true to the original. I couldn't help but notice you didn't use your expansion during either round. I'm willing to bet it's assault armor. In fact, I'm gonna check. I want to confirm something. Yup, it's always the culprit when I don't see anyone use their expansion. What is this, my evil twin? Karasawa with what looks like both redshifts, the coral rifle and melee weapon? That's a lot of damage, assuming you can land all your hits, which I should be more than evasive enough to avoid them. Ouch. Well, I ate my own words. Is that the secret of your build? If your opponent's staggered, you just win? Good lord. Well, note to self, don't get staggered, that's easy enough. I mean, if you want to get good in PvP, that's the secret, right? Just don't get staggered anyway. I'm gonna have to take this one a lot more seriously. Grenade cannons have simply become old reliable for me over the years. This game is no exception. Don't get me wrong, Karasawa is putting in a lot of work, but in those moments where I need to have the scale tipped in my favor or deliver the finishing blow, the earshot has got me covered. And like I commented in my Mavers video, if I could equip 4 of these, I absolutely would. That is quite the powerhouse you put together. You would probably make any tank player out there rethink their life choices. Well done. This build did not disappoint me. Being able to go face to face with one of the best, if not the best meta build in ranked PvP, you know you've done something right. And this is the first in my list of Karasawa recreation builds that is sporting both legendary weapons. I am of course talking about the Moonlight and the Karasawa. It's good to know that even by today's standards, these weapons stand out. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Till next time, take care.